Believe it or not, most animal behaviorists agree that one of the hardest things when dealing with a cat is to gain their trust. Cats, by their very nature, are programmed to be cautious and fearful. It's a survival mechanism that has been ingrained in their DNA through centuries of evolution. But here's the good news. Bridging the trust gap with a cat is not only possible, it's incredibly rewarding. So, if you've ever dreamed of having a cat curl up on your lap, purring contentedly as they doze off, here are 9 tips for you, starting with the most important one. Let them come to you. Here's a fun fact. Studies have shown that cats often prefer people who have allergies to them. Why is that? Because typically, people with allergies keep their distance, which ironically makes them more attractive to cats. So how do you become a cat magnet without developing allergies? Simple. Just do your usual activities in the same room as your cat. Whether it's working on your laptop, folding laundry, or binge-watching your favorite series, these activities allow you to be near them without forcing interaction. The key here is to be present without imposing. It might take a few minutes, days, or even months, but eventually, curiosity will get the better of them, and they'll come to check you out. When they do finally grace you with their presence, resist the urge to scoop them up or shower them with affection. Hard as it may be, just let them be. Offer a calm presence and let them set the pace. This non-threatening demeanor lowers their guard and builds trust. And trust me, once a cat decides you're okay, you're in for some serious bonding time. Use their name. Did you know that calling a cat by their name is more than just a way to summon them for dinner? It turns out cats can recognize their own names among other words. Yes, they might choose to ignore you, but rest assured, they know when you're talking to them. A study in Japan revealed that cats respond differently when they hear their names, even if the voice calling them is unfamiliar. This suggests that they associate their names with certain experiences, typically involving you, their human. So every time you use their name, you're strengthening that bond, making them more likely to pay attention. Now, using their name isn't a magical command that guarantees immediate obedience. We're talking about cats after all. But it does play a crucial role in communication. Regularly addressing them by name, especially in positive contexts like feeding or playtime, helps them associate it with good things. Here's a pro tip. When you call them, make sure to do so in a pleasant, upbeat tone. Cats are very sensitive to tone of voice. A friendly pitch can make them feel more inclined to approach you. And let's be honest, who doesn't like to be spoken to nicely? Reading aloud. Now, here's a tip that might seem a bit out of the ordinary, but it actually works. The science behind this is pretty straightforward. Cats are all about familiarity. They thrive on routine and predictability. Cats get used to sounds, including your voice, and the more they hear it, the more comfortable they become with you. It's like a podcast for cats, where your voice becomes a familiar background noise. The key here is the tone of your voice. Choose something that allows you to speak softly and calmly, creating a relaxed atmosphere for your cat. You can also read out anything from a cooking recipe to your latest blog post. The content doesn't matter as much as the soothing sound of your voice and the rhythm of your speech. Some cat owners have even reported their furry friends cuddling up next to them or purring contently while they read. Avoid direct eye contact. In the cat world, direct eye contact is pretty intimidating. It's kind of like being stared down in a Wild West duel, but without the cool cowboy hats. Here's something interesting. Cats communicate a lot through their eyes, and one of the most heartwarming gestures in the feline vocabulary is the slow blink. So if you catch your cat's gaze, try a slow blink instead of a stare-off. You might just get a blink back, which in cat language is a big deal. Play. Did you know that your cat might just consider you their favorite playmate over anyone else, even the person who feeds them? While food is crucial, playtime is the golden ticket to their hearts. Research has shown that cats form strong bonds with the humans who engage in play with them. This is because playtime mimics their natural hunting behaviors, providing both mental stimulation and physical exercise. Cats don't just play for the fun of it. Playing is a critical part of their development and well-being. When cats engage in these playful hunts, it triggers a positive feedback loop in their brain. They feel accomplished and happy, associating these good vibes with you. Reward quiet moments. Cats, like many of us, respond really well to positive reinforcement. This means when they do something you like, such as hopping on a couch to sit quietly by your side, giving them a little treat can encourage them to keep up the good behavior. Cats are smart, really smart. They quickly make the connection between sitting quietly next to you and getting a tasty snack. Just don't overdo it with the treats. You don't want to turn this into a snack fest. Patience with touch. Each cat is unique, and figuring out where they like to be petted is an art form. Most cats have a few spots that are generally safe bets: the base of their ears, under their chin, and along their cheeks. These areas are like the universal like buttons for cats. Now here's something interesting. The sensitivity of a cat's skin can vary a lot. Some areas, like their back or tail, might go from yes, please to absolutely not in a matter of seconds. It's all about reading their signals. A tail starting to twitch? That's your cue to pause and reassess. Starting with those safe spots is key. Approach them gently and watch their reaction. If they lean in, congratulations, you've hit the jackpot. If they move away, no harm done. Just try a different spot or give them some space. The goal is to make every interaction a positive one, so they associate your touch with comfort and security, not stress. Here's a little pro tip. Some cats are like ticking time bombs of affection. They love being petted, until suddenly, they don't. It's not personal. Cats just have a lower tolerance for prolonged touch compared to, say, dogs. Introduce new people slowly. If you thought meeting new people was nerve-wracking, imagine how it feels for your cat. Cats aren't too fond of surprises, especially when it involves their territory being invaded by strangers. So, the key to a smooth introduction is to take it slow. Very slow. We're talking snail's pace here. The goal is to make this introduction as stress-free as possible for your cat. Start by letting your cat observe the new person from a distance. This could mean having your friend sit quietly in the same room without making any direct attempts to interact with the cat. Here's a neat trick to make the new person seem less like a threat and more like a friend: scent swapping. Before the introduction, give your cat a cloth that the new person has worn. This helps your cat become familiar with the new scent without the pressure of a face-to-face meeting. Wear cat-friendly scents. Did you know that your scent can be a game changer in how a cat perceives you? Cats have an incredible sense of smell, and certain aromas can make you irresistible to them. Enter catnip and silver vine. These are like the fine wines of the feline world. A little bit of these scents on your clothes, and you might just become the most interesting person in the room to a cat. But remember, moderation is key. You want to pique their interest, not overwhelm them. Now, how do you apply these scents without turning yourself into a walking cat toy? It's pretty simple. Rub a small cloth with catnip or silver vine, and then gently pat it on your clothes. Think of it as applying a subtle perfume that only cats can appreciate. This way, you carry a familiar and comforting scent that naturally attracts them to you. This trick is particularly handy when you're trying to win over a new furry friend or ease the introduction to a nervous cat. Did you know that there are 11 easy-to-miss clues that a cat secretly dislikes you? Check out this video where we discuss all of them, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and join our feline-loving community.